My name is Dylan Mahallingham. I'm 14 years old, and I live in the small town of Derry, New Hampshire.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Grossman. I'm 15, and I'm from Palo Alto, California.
Hi, my name is Melissa Lynette. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Mililad, Hawaii.
Hi, my name is Charles Rapaza. I'm 17 years old, and I'm from Schodack, New York.
My name is Riley Carney. I'm 17 years old, and I live in Denver, Colorado.
My name is Matthew Armstrong, and I live just outside of Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta.
Hi, my name is Ashley Smith. I'm 11 years old, and I'm from Reno, Nevada.
Hi, my name is Allison Mansfield from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and my projects are Operation U.S. Troop Support and Operation Socks for Our Troops.
Hi, I'm Elena, and I'm 13 years old, and I live in the beautiful town of Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada.
Hi, I'm Jordan Urback from Roslyn, New York, and I'm the founder and director of Children Helping Children.
I co-founded the Little MDGs with my cousins in 2004 to leverage the power of the internet and digital and social media to educate, engage, inspire, and empower you to work together to meet the Millennium Development Goals. Little MDGs was formed and named the MDGs. Our mission is to gather youth to help meet the MDGs.
I've always loved to read more than anything else. Kids in Africa had no books to read. I was stunned. I knew I could do something to help. I began working on increasing early literacy in Africa 3 years ago when I was 12. I started an organization called Spread the Words by inspiring people to create, support, and connect with libraries in Africa.
The name of my charity is called Kids Helping Kids with Diabetes, and I've been involved in it for 6 years. I spend about 12 hours a week planning, organizing, and fundraising.
I first became involved in literacy organizations called Literacy Volunteers of Rensselaer County. They had heard of the literacy activity and came to me asking for help on a brand new project, a book collection for Nigerian schools and libraries, collecting new and used books to be delivered to Nigeria.
I'm the founder and director of Breaking the Chains, a nonprofit corporation for children's literacy. I've been lucky enough to receive an education, me so many opportunities. Education and reading especially, so important and impactful in my life. I started Breaking the Chain when I was 14, when I discovered that over 120 million kids around the world are denied access to a basic education, and that 1.2 million kids drop out of school each year. 3 billion people around the world live in poverty, and I discovered that there's a direct correlation between poverty and literacy. I really wanted to do something to help kids everywhere.
Started Matthew's Challenge, and now we are working alongside we help terminally ill and severely disabled children and their families. I spent a lot of time in the hospital and with babies crying. I would want to help, no matter what it took. I would try and help those that cannot help themselves.
What inspired me was I had a house fire back in '05 when the Angora struck in Lake Tahoe, and my daddy was sending me pictures on my mom's phone of all the melted kids' toys. I knew I had to help.
On Veterans Day 2005, I had the opportunity to meet a soldier that literally changed my life. Having the opportunity to meet Sergeant Statzer and hearing his positive mental attitude throughout his injuries. Through this experience, I realized there were other soldiers just like Sergeant Statzer, and I decided I wanted to do something to thank those who protect our freedoms every day. Various fundraisers, such as an annual garage sale and recycling for the troops, and also the creation of a coloring book to give to the Afghan children.
And I'm the founder of Little Women for Little Women in Afghanistan. I started Little Women in the fall of 2006. I attended a speech by a woman named Sally Armstrong. She is a human rights activist. She spoke about all the terrible human rights violations that were happening to women and girls in Afghanistan, and I could not believe it. Those girls were like me and my friends, and I knew I had to make a change so they could live free and educated lives. My work with Little Women is so important to the girls in Afghanistan. It allows them to be able to get an education, that they have rights, and that they absolutely deserve their rights.
Children Helping Children, CHC, dedicated to funding and creating a more humanistic approach to medicine, combating neurological disease, and innovating better healthcare experiences for children around the world, inspiring and empowering young philanthropists and musicians to erase the diseases of our time by presenting concerts for a cure all across the globe. At 7 years old, I read renowned pediatric neurosurgeon Fred Epstein's autobiography and amounted to a personal epiphany. After a tour of the pediatric ICU at Beth Israel North that exposed me for the first time to children from underserved populaces suffering devastating neurological diseases in isolation, I decided to find a way to help through my music.
The Little MDGs started off with just 3 children, but now we have a volunteer base of about 20,000 children, 40 countries across the globe, and 39 states in the USA. We've also raised funds and resources to build schools, libraries, playgrounds, and community gardens, educational programs about nutrition, health, physical education, and awareness. We've rallied youth about $780,000 for tsunami relief and about $11 million for hurricane relief. $70,000 in group organizations to fund projects. As of today, over 1,000 bears have been made.
In the past 3 years, I've helped 5 African nations realize the importance of giving young people books to read. I've collected and helped others collect over 20,000 books for 78 African schools and villages.
This is important to the community as a lot of children suffer with diabetes and a cure needs to be found. So far, I've raised over $120,000 for research.
After only a few short months of being involved with this, I became passionate about the cause of literacy. The work has paid off tremendously. So over the last 3 years, we have collected over 200,000 books for libraries and schools across southern Nigeria. My greatest hope for my organization is that I will have a significant impact on the literacy rate in southern Nigeria and beyond.
To date, Breaking the Chain has built 3 schools in Africa, a children's literacy center, at a women's shelter, and we've bought thousands of books for low literacy or high need elementary schools across the United States.
My biggest hope for what we do to take away a little bit of the suffering, maybe even ease it away completely.
My cause is important to the community. It's important that the kids have something to play with while the adults find homes and shelters and food themselves and their family. The kids need something to do besides sit around and be bored.
Well, I initially started out hoping to collect around 500 pairs of socks, but to date I've collected 52,000 items to send overseas to the troops. Never believe that if you can't make a difference, because if you're passionate and enthusiastic about your cause, other people will be too. If you haven't already, take a moment to thank our troops because it means the world to them.
My work with Little Women is so important to the girls in Afghanistan. It allows them to be able to get an education, to be able to learn that they have rights. They absolutely deserve their rights, and that they have the right to have all their human rights, no matter their religion, culture, who they are, or their beliefs.
I enlisted entire symphony orchestras to join in these performances, creating gala evenings at the symphony, as at Lincoln Center and Carnegie Hall. In this way, CHC has raised to date $4.6 million to fight neurological disease in children.
My biggest hope is that we can gain momentum and meet the MDGs. I hope that in the process to accept and appreciate our differences, leverage our diversity to our advantage.
My biggest hope is that kids everywhere will follow my example, provide books to kids in Africa who so desperately need them.
My hope for the work I do is to find a cure for type 1 diabetes, so anyone who has type 1 does not have to suffer.
I really believe that education is the key in breaking the cycle of poverty and exploitation for children. And I hope that Breaking the Chains program allow kids to have the opportunity to choose their own destiny and to have a better life.
In recognizing and funding promising young philanthropic work, Huggable Heroes plays an integral role in furthering youth leadership and building the non-profit sector of tomorrow.
When it brings a smile to their face on bedtimes, that's my motto, and I hope that every child has a smile on their face by bedtime.